Hey, what's up guys? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. This is the Heybike Ranger S. I'm going to show you the building process as you assemble the whole thing, and then we're going to take this thing for a ride. So let's head inside of the basement and I'll walk you through what it looked like to put this thing together a little bit ago, and then we're going to take it out on the streets. Here's what it looks like outside of the box, still all wrapped up. Let's unpack this thing. So here's a look at it all unboxed and unpackaged. Got some pedals and some other things in there. Let me zoom in real quick. Looks like some maybe electronic components for charging. Got the rim there. Basically have the majority of the bike there. We got the bike seat with the post over there. You got your front handlebars and your tire right there. So let's take a look at the instructions now. All right, so one of the first steps is to put your seat in. So you're gonna unlatch this, slide your seat in. As you put it kind of maybe about 2 inches above, 3 inches above, lock it in, and then later on you can adjust it. You want to make sure that this part of the seat is lined up with the bike because that'll obviously be the most comfortable. And then when you want to tighten it, you loosen it, you crank this bolt on the back, and then you clamp it down, and you'll feel the clamp is a lot harder to clamp down, which will be nice because then it'll be locked in nice and firm. Here's a quick look at everything you get in the small box that's packed in with the bike. You can see tons of tools there, which is great. I don't need those because I've got all those tools already, but if you don't, it's great to know you don't have to go out and buy more stuff. So you got your pedals, you got your charging cord, and it's basically the box, that most charging cords have, adjust the amount of electricity coming in, etc. You can see the end of that. You're going to plug somewhere into the bike to charge it. The battery will be in the bike somewhere, I'm sure. And yeah, let's open up the instruction manual there and take a look. So with most of these electric bikes or scooters, you're going to get a manual. Usually the beginning is going to be a lot of so there's the welcome and then a lot of warnings. A lot of these have safety warnings. It's just a way for them to keep themselves safe as a company. So they said, hey, we told them everything they need to know. There's all your gear that you're going to get with the bike. There's this I find to be a helpful page as you start to use it because you figure out, okay, here's all the different elements. Let's go over one more page. Assembly instructions. So we'll scan the QR code and test that out, to check it out, see what it's like. But all the information is right here. It's going to tell you how to assemble everything, put the front wheel on, attach the handlebars, attach the pedals, and let's see, the suspension fork, the light, and then you're basically ready to charge it and go. So it shouldn't be too complicated. Let's jump into the actual assembly process now of putting this electric bike together. All right, step number one is that bolt is not there in the picture. So that's going to have to be removed so you can put the tire on, but I will also tell you that that and that don't fit the nuts on that bolt. So I've got a pair of vice grips. I'm going to loosen that up, take that bolt out. That was pretty easy to get out. That one was already included, but this one looks brand new. So I put this bolt through. You want to start by sliding it through on the brake side. And then basically we're going to slide this into the fork and lock it in. Okay, you can see I've leaned it up against that pole over here just for more support. I put the bolt through. It basically looks like bolt, washer, locking washer, and then it goes on to basically the fork there. And then there's kind of a metal tube, and then it goes through the hub of the tire, and then again, metal tube, the fork, locking washer, washer, and then the bolt on the other side. So this guy's locked in. You could probably hear it's dragging a little bit. We'll get that sorted out in the moments ahead. Next up, we're going to loosen this bolt so we can take this thing off. So you do have to remove this piece as well, and then you're going to slide the handlebar in like that. All right, next thing you want to do is line up your front tire with the bike, with the frame, so it's lined up nice and straight, and then line up your handlebars so they're proper and straight. Everything's in alignment. And then you're going to loosen the QD release there and pull this guy back. Now you're going to be careful because as I do that, it wants to kind of fall out of place here. Now I'm going to tilt this back and I'm going to crank this down to basically lock it into place. All right, we got that secure now. This is cranked down inside. This is locked down. And then the last piece is actually these guys right here. Those get cranked down and now the handle's secure. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this bolt through this section of the fork to attach the light. All right, so I got the light attached. Let me show you the actual functioning process here as far as the basically your heads-up display. You can see that's a little bit loose. I'll tighten that up. But we're going to hold down the power button right here. This power will come on here, right? So we've got Bluetooth. There is a Bluetooth option. Honestly, I don't find it super helpful. You can turn the bike on and off with your phone, but I'm like, why would you do that? There's to show how much power you have in your battery. You can get a bunch of different basically levels as you're riding, so that with an electric bike, you're going to pedal, and then once you drop below a certain speed, whatever it's set at, it'll basically kick in to keep you up to that speed. So you can set this up higher and lower, no distance because I haven't ridden it, 0 miles per hour. It's trying to sync to the Bluetooth. That's how much voltage you have left. Over here, you've got, what do we have? We have our switch to go up and down in the gears. So if you want to go faster or slower, basically more tension on the crankshaft so that you're pushing less hard or harder. Obviously brake here, brake here. You hit this and your front light comes on, as well as your back light over here. Then we've got our little horn, listen to that. Then we've got turn signal, both in the front and in the back as well. And I'll talk more about the actual process of driving it in a minute once we get outside on the road. But essentially, you're pedaling the bike here, and then if it drops below a certain speed, it's going to basically kick in to make you go faster. So that's how it works. And let me give you a real quick look down here. There's the key. You put your key in here, and you can take the whole battery out. And then this doesn't start the bike or turn it on or off, but this is how you basically take the battery on in and out. And if you have the battery out, it's not going to work. If you have the battery in, it will. So you can see I still got that light on front. There's the horn, and where's my light? There it is. Turn that off. There is also under here an auto button, so be aware of that, because if that's in, you're going to have the light coming on automatically, and that really messed me up at the beginning because I wasn't aware I had bumped that. So the light was staying on even when I turned this whole thing off. Hold this down to turn it off. And so just be aware of that as you're using the bike. One more thing to tell you is that, I'll show you real quick. It's a little awkward here in the basement, but if you hold the F button down, it basically is taking it into walk mode. It'll help you to walk with the bike so you're not just kind of exerting it. You're exerting all your energy on it yourself. And then we'll talk through some of the other details when we get out on the road. I do also have here, there's a front and a back basket, which I'm going to start without that, and then I'll put that out at the end so you can see what it looks like. But this thing is ready to rock and roll. Let's take it outside. So I mentioned that I was going to put this on after, but I just put it on right now because I know I'm going to use it. So there's basically 4 bolts that are included, and let's see if you can see it. Yep, 1, 2, and then I think down underneath, yeah, 3, 4. So there are actually 4 black bolts that are in those 4 holes. Just pop them out and put these ones in because they were what was included with the bike. Now let's take this thing for a ride. Let's talk about function here. So we're going to turn the power on. See, the screen will come on. 2 things you want to look at immediately are your battery power. So I should probably charge this up. It's about half power. That's looking for the Bluetooth app, which I have on my phone. I think it's fine. The main thing I would note about the app is you can set your different levels, and I'll explain that in a minute. But after you check your battery power, this is on pass 2. So by pressing plus and minus, you're going to go up and down on that, right? So this thing can go up to 28 miles an hour, and in general, you're talking about 5 miles an hour for each pass, right? So this is going to max out at 5 miles an hour, 10, 15, 20, 25, and you can, using the app, set it up to 8. So when I start off, I definitely want to start off low, and essentially what's going to happen here is I'm going to start pedaling, and if I'm not reaching 5 miles an hour, that's when it's going to kick in to help me speed up. If I put this up to pass 2, if I'm pedaling and I'm at 7 miles an hour, it's going to go up. You want to be up to 10? Here, let's assist you. Boom, it's going to push it up to 10 miles an hour. This is your derailleur over here. It works like most on your average bike. I generally keep this up really high, 6 or 7. So as I'm pedaling, there's some resistance as I'm going, but it doesn't feel like it's basically keeping my legs from just spinning and spinning. I'm pedaling nice and smooth as I'm going along here. You got your 2 brakes. I think this is front. We got front and back. I think that's back. I think that's front. But either way, you got your 2 brakes. And essentially, if you're like, hey, I'm going and I want to get my speed up, you're going to hit that so it goes up faster, up to your 25 or 28 if you set it up on the app. If you press F and hold it down, it's going to assist you while you're walking it. So if I did that right now, the whole bike would jump. So just a heads up on that. I am going to turn on the light here to show you what that looks like. So the light is now on. There's that. Also have a rear light, which looks, it's actually not flashing. It looks like it is, but that's just because of the camera. And then turn signal. I don't know if you can see that here. Let's look up front. So they got turn signal for right and left. And then got the horn here. That's what that sounds like. And we are ready to ride, so let's do it. All right, so I got my tripod set up here in the basket. We'll see if this actually works, but bike is on. It's set up at pass 1, so I'm just gonna start rolling to get me moving a little bit faster. All right, so I'm going down my street here, just on a little side street. Oop. I'm pedaling at about 6.4 miles an hour. Once it drops under 5, which it will in a second when I stop pedaling here, it'll slow me down a little bit. Well, now I'm moving so nicely, I gotta kick this up a little bit. So we're gonna go to pass 3, which is gonna get me up to 15 miles an hour. So when I stop pedaling, it's gonna basically say, oh, I guess he doesn't wanna go that fast. And slow me down. So I stop pedaling. I'm at 13.2, 12, 11. So let me just pick this up. It's easier this way. When I'm not pedaling, it's basically assuming I don't want to get rocking, so it slows me down. When I start pedaling, it says, oh, I guess he wants to go. So it'll keep me moving faster. So it's basically how most of your e-bikes, assist bikes work. And it's a safe little side street, so I'm not too concerned about driving. I'm gonna turn the camera around the other way now. All right. Start pedaling. We're at assist 3, so it's gonna boost me up to 15 miles an hour. So a little bit less than that, 14 and change. Going along here, let's say I drop it down to pass 2. Now even if I'm pedaling, it's not gonna do anything because I'm already up above that pass 2 speed. Looking good here. Give you a sense of the horn. There's that. Now you'll see when I drop down a little bit here, it's gonna kick in for me. So 10, now it's assisting me up the hill a little bit. 11, right? Let's go up to pass 3 again. We're gonna kick up our speed. Let's go up to pass 4. Definitely moving now. And pass 5. Get up to just over 20 miles an hour, 21. Rocking and rolling, so I've stopped pedaling now. Again, when you're not pedaling, it's basically sensing, okay, I guess you don't want to go much faster. As soon as I start pedaling, it'll kick back in to get me back up to pass 5. There it is, kicking in. Yep. The other thing too is this button right there. If I'm riding and I'm like, you know what, I just want to keep my feet level because I'm going over something bumpy, if you just press that button, it will automatically just kick you up. It'll get you going up to whatever pass speed you have set. So right now I'm not pedaling. I'm at pass 5, so I should be a little bit faster, but now I'm just gonna press this button right here. And you see it just kicks me up even though my feet are not moving. And that's good because then if for some reason I can't pedal or there's something bumpy, I just want to keep my feet level, I can still speed up, and then once I let go, it'll drop off for me. So that's that. So here's some final thoughts on the Heybike Ranger S. So right now at the time of this video, you're looking at about $1,400 for these bikes. They do put them on sale every once in a while, so stay observant on their website. Put those alerts on Amazon so you can pick one up at a discount. Yeah, the app, like I said, you can use it to like customize a couple things on your actual app, and you can set your speeds a little bit higher. You can basically set where the different pass levels are. That's the main use of the app. Mine came with a rack on the back, and then I got the basket on the front. They sent me another basket, but it didn't fit, so I don't know if there's an additional basket you can get, but it does come with the back rack included. What was the other thing? It is foldable. It's definitely easier to transport it folded than if it's not unfolded, but I wouldn't say it's foldable and therefore easy. Just throw it in your backseat. It's still a big bike, 75 pounds, and large. So just be aware of that. I really like this guy. I have another electric bike, but I'm getting rid of that one and keeping this one because I like this one more than the other one. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun to use. This is a great time of year. It's just getting warmer. You see I got a vest on and a hat, so it's like starting to warm up here in New Hampshire, so I'll be using this thing a lot. I've been using an electric scooter to go downtown for some of my meetings, and I'll be using this maybe if I got to travel a little bit further. So, Heybike Ranger S, about $1,400. This thing has been really, really fun so far, and Heybike's been good for me when it comes to helping out with any issues that have popped up. As I've had questions along, they've been good at getting back in touch with me. So there you go, Heybike Ranger S. Let's hear your thoughts. You've seen it on video. If you have an e-bike, let's hear about that. And let's get that conversation started in the comments now. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.